Jordan eastward, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them, from Aurora, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and all the tableland of Medeba as far as Dibon, and all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the boundary of the Ammonites, and Gilead and the region of the Geshurites and Maacathites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan to Salakah, all the kingdom of Og and Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and in Adriah. He alone was left of the remnant of the Rephaim. These Moses had struck and driven out. Yet the people of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites or the Maacathites, but Geshur and Maacath dwell in. To the tribe of Levi alone Moses gave no inheritance. The offerings by fire to the Lord God of Israel are their inheritance, as he said to him. And Moses gave an inheritance to the tribe of the people of Reuben according to their clans. So their territory was from Aurora, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and all the tableland by Medeba, with Heshbon, and all its cities that are in the tableland, Dibon, and Bamoth Baal, and Beth Baal Meon, and Jahaz, and Kedemoth, and Mathaiah, and Kiriathaim, and Sibmah, and Zerath Shahar on the hill of the valley, and Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth, that is, all the cities of the tableland, and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses defeated with the leaders of Midian, Evi and Rechem, and Zur, and Hur, and Reba, the princess of Sihon, who lived in the land. Balaam also the son of Beor, the one who practiced divination, was killed with the sword by the people of Israel among the rest of their slain. And the border of the people of Reuben was the Jordan as a boundary. This was the inheritance of the people of Reuben, according to their clans with their cities and villages. Moses gave an inheritance also to the tribe of Gad, to the people of Gad, according to their clans. Their territory was Jazer and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites to Aurora, which is east of Rabbah, and from Heshbon to Ramoth Mizpah and Betonim, and from Mahanaim to the territory of Debir, and in the valley Beth Aram, Beth Nimrah, Succoth, and Zaphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, having the Jordan as a boundary, to the lower end of the Sea of Kinnereth, eastward beyond the Jordan. This is the inheritance of the people of Gad according to their clans, with their cities and villages. And Moses gave an inheritance to the half-tribe of Manasseh. It was allotted to the half-tribe of the people of Manasseh according to their clans. Their region extended from Mahanaim through all Bashan, the whole kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 60 cities, and half Gilead, and Ashtaroth, and Adriah, the cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. These of the people of Machir according to their clans. These are the inheritance distributed in the plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan, east of Jericho. No inheritance. The Lord God of Israel is their inheritance, just as he said to them. Chapter 14. The people of Israel received in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel gave them to inherit. Their inheritance was by lot, just as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses for the 9 1/2 tribes. For Moses had given an inheritance to the 1/2 tribes beyond the Jordan, but to the Levites he gave no inheritance among them. For the people of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and no portion was given to the Levites in the land, but only cities to dwell in, with their pasture lands for their livestock and their substance. The people of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. They allotted the land. Then the people of Judah came to Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said to him, "You know what the Lord said to Moses the man of God in Kadesh Barnea concerning you and me. I was 40 years old when Moses the servant of the Lord sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land. And I brought him word again, as it was in my heart. But my brothers who went up with me made the heart of the people melt. Yet I wholly followed the Lord my God. And Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land on which your foot has trodden shall be an inheritance for you and your children forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now behold, the Lord has kept me alive, just as he said, these 45 years, since the time that the Lord spoke this word to Moses, while Israel walked in the wilderness. And now behold, I am this day 85 years old. I am still as strong today as I was in the day that Moses sent me. My strength now is as my strength was then, for war and for going and coming. So now give me this hill country which the Lord spoke on that day. For you heard on that day how the Anakim were there, with great fortified cities. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall drive them out just as the Lord said. Then Joshua blessed him, and he gave Hebron to Caleb the son of Jephunneh for an inheritance. Therefore Hebron became the inheritance of Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord, the God of Israel. Now the name of Hebron formerly was Kiriath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim, and the land had rest from war. Chapter 15. The allotment for the tribe of the people of Judah according to their clans reached southward to the boundary of Edom, to the wilderness of Zin at the farthest south, and their south boundary ran from the end of the sea, from the bay faces. It goes out southward of the ascent of Akrabim, passes along to Zin, up south of Kadesh Barnea, along by Hezron, to Edar, turns about to Karka, passes along to Asmon, goes out by the brook of Egypt, and comes to its end at the sea. This shall be your south boundary, and the east boundary is the sea, to the mouth of the Jordan. And the boundary on the north side runs from the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. And the boundary goes up to Beth Hoglah, and passes along the north of Beth Arabah. And the boundary goes up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. And the boundary goes up to Deber, from the valley of Achor, and so northward, turning toward Gilgal, which is opposite the ascent of Adumim, which is on the south side of the valley. And the boundary passes along to the waters of En-Shemesh, and ends at En-Rogel. Then the boundary goes up by the valley of the son of Hinnom, at the southern shoulder of the Jebusite, that is Jerusalem. And the boundary goes up to the top of the mountain that lies over against the valley of Hinnom on the west, at the northern end of the valley of Rephaim. Then the boundary extends from the top of the mountain to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah, and from there to the cities of Mount Ephron. Then the boundary bends around to Baalah, that is Kiriath Jearim. The boundary circles west of Baalah to Mount Seir, passes along to the northern shoulder of Mount Jearim, that is Kesalon, and goes down to Beth Shemesh, and passes along by Timnah. The boundary goes out to the shoulder of the hill north of Ekron. Then the boundary bends around to Shikharon, and passes along to Mount Baalah, and goes out to Jabneel. Then the boundary comes to an end at the sea. And the west boundary was the Great Sea with its coastline. This is the boundary around the people of Judah according to their clans. According to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, he gave to Caleb the son of Jephunneh a portion among the people of Judah, Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. And Caleb drove out from there the three sons of Anak, Sheshai, and Ahiman, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak. And he went up from there against the inhabitants of Deber. Now the name of Deber formerly was Kiriath Sepher. And Caleb said, whoever strikes Kiriath Sepher and captures it, to him will I give Aksa my daughter as wife. And Othniel the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, captured it. And he gave him Aksa's daughter as wife. When she came to him, she urged him to ask her father for a field. And she got off her donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you want? She said to him, give me a blessing. Since you have given me the land of the Negev, give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Judah according to their clans. The cities belonging to the tribe of the people of Judah in the extreme south toward the boundary of Edom, or Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kinah, Dimonah, Adadah, Kedesh, Azar, Ithnah, Ziph, Telah, Bealah, Hazor Hadathah, Kiriath Hezron, that is Hazor, Aman, Shema, Moladah, Hazar Gada, Heshmon, Beth Pelet, Hazar Shual, Beersheba, Biziothiah, Baalah, Ayim, Ezem,
Back down to the
Tolad,
front. On the left side. Left ear,
Hormah,
left shoulder.
Ziklag,
His face.
Madmannah, and Sana,
Back down to the front.
Baal,
Last time on the right
Shillim,
side.
Ain, and Rimmon,
Back
in all
front,
20
down,
cities
left
with
side.
their
Here we
villages,
go.
and in the lowland,
Next,
Eshtaol,
back down
Zorah,
the front.
Anna, Zanoah,
Shoulder.
and Ganim,
Three back.
Tapua, Enom, Carmel,
That's two.
Adullam, Soko,
Three.
Azekah,
Let's go.
Jehoram,
4 for 1.
Adathaim,
And two.
Gadira, Gederothaim,
Let's
14
switch up
cities
the right
with their
shoulder.
villages,
Cross.
Zenan, Hadashah, Migdal Gad, Gilead, Mizpah, Joktheel, Lachish,
Right arm up.
Bozkath,
Reach
Eglon,
behind.
Kaban,
Grab the right elbow.
Lamam,
Left hand.
Kitlish,
Shoulder and also
Gadira,
back.
Bethdagon, Naamah, and Makkedah,
Left arm out.
16 cities with their villages,
Left side.
Libnah,
Opening up that
Ether,
shoulder.
Ashan, Iftah, Ashna, Nezib,
And behind.
Keilah,
Grab the left elbow
Exit.
with the right hand.
and Marisha,
Open up that shoulder.
9 cities with their villages.
All right, bring it out. Open up that
Ekron
stance.
with its
You got it.
towns
Take a
and its
deep breath.
villages,
Here we go.
from Ekron to the sea,
Clasp
all
the
that were by
fingers
the
and reach
side
up
of
tall.
Ashdod with their villages.
Turn that right
Ashdod,
foot
its
out.
towns and its
Down.
villages. Gaza, its towns and its villages.
Reach up with
To
that
the brook
left
of
hand.
Egypt
Eyes on
and
that
the great
thumb.
sea with its
A
coastline.
little bonus.
And in the hill country, Shemer, Jadder, Soko, Dana, Kiriath
Other
Sana,
side.
that is
Turn
Deber,
that foot out.
Anab,
Reach up
Eshtemoh,
tall.
Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages.
Jump.
Arab, Duma,
3 chest
Eshan,
stretches. Here we
Jamin,
go. There's one. Pull
Beth
wide
Tapua,
across the chest.
Aphekah,
That's one.
Umta,
Turn the hand
Kiriath
down. Do it
Arba,
again.
that is Hebron,
How you doing
and
back there,
Ziph,
buddy?
9 cities with their villages.
And
Maon, Carmel,
there you
Ziph, Judah,
Tall stretch.
Jezreel,
Pull
Jokdeam,
wide across the
Zanoah,
chest, and now
Cain,
slowly
Gibeah,
swan
and
dive
Timnah,
down.
10 cities with their villages.
Open up the legs nice and wide.
Alvo, Beth Zur,
Wider, loose.
Gedor,
Go.
Mearath,
You're going to hang out.
Beth Anoth,
Fold the arms,
and
relax the
Eltekah,
head.
6 cities with their villages.
Nice lower back stretch.
Kiriath Baal, that is Kiriath Jearim,
No
and
rush
Rabbah,
here, guys. We're
2
stretching.
cities with their villages.
Hands on the floor. Let's take a deep
In the
breath.
wilderness, Beth Arabah,
Exhale
Nidin,
the air over.
Sikeka, Nibshan, the city of salt,
As low as you can go.
and En
Imagine
Gedi,
pulling your head
6
down to your
cities with
shoe.
their villages.
You can
But
engage
the
the legs and
Jebusites,
keep
the
moving.
inhabitants of Jerusalem, the people of Judah could not drive out.
Let's
So
go
the
back to center.
Jebusites dwell with the people of Judah at Jerusalem to this
Exhale
day.
over to the left side. Guys, let me get
Chapter
back there.
16.
Let's take a
The
deep breath to
allotment of
center
the
again.
people of Joseph went from the Jordan by Jericho, east of the waters of Jericho, into the wilderness, going up from Jericho into the hill country to Bethel. Then going from Bethel to Luz, it passes along to Adaroth, the territory of the Archites.
You don't feel this stretch.
Then it goes down westward to the territory of the Japhlethites, as far as the territory
Exhale
of
over
Lower
to the
Beth
other
Horon,
side. Same
then
thing
to
on the left
Gezer,
side.
and it
Gezer
ends at
the
the sea.
ankle. Like a stretch, puts on the
The
floor.
people of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim received their inheritance.
There, into the center.
The
Exhale,
territory of the
let's
people of
turn.
Ephraim by their clans was as follows. The boundary of their inheritance on the east was
Back up as
Adaroth
straight as you
Adar,
can make it.
as far as Upper Beth Horon, and the boundary goes from there to the sea.
More tension and lose that toe.
On the north is
Now,
Mikmethath.
if you can't straighten
Then
your
on the
right leg,
east, the boundary turns around toward Tanath Shiloh
do what you can.
and passes along beyond it on the east to Genoa.
Exaggerate your calf.
Then it goes down from Genoa to Adaroth and to Naarah, and touches Jericho, ending at the Jordan.
Yeah, that's good. Come on up.
From Tapua, the boundary goes
Number two,
westward
do
to
this
the
3
brook
times.
Cana
Last time
and
on the
ends
right
at the
side. Here we
sea.
go.
Such is the inheritance of the tribe
Take
of
a
the
deep
people
breath
of
to center.
Ephraim by their clans,
Exhale over
together
to
with
the
the
left.
towns that were set apart for the people of Ephraim within the inheritance of the Manassites, all those towns with their villages. However, they did not drive out the Canaanites who lived in Gezer.
And
So the Canaanites have lived in the midst of Ephraim to this day, but have been made to do forced labor.
and down.
Chapter 17. Then
Center.
allotment was made to the people
Here
of
we go.
Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of
Left hand on
Joseph.
the floor.
To Maker, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, were allotted Gilead and Bashan, because he was a man of war. And allotments were made to the rest of the people of Manasseh by their clans: Abiezer, Helek, Azriel, Shechem, Epher,
Let's come
and
on
Shemida.
down.
These were the male descendants of Manasseh the son of Joseph by their clans. Now Zelophehad the son of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, had no sons but only daughters.
All right.
And these are the names of his daughters:
Put your hands
Mahlah,
knees
Noah,
and roll
Hoglah,
up real slow.
Milcah, and Tirzah.
One vertebrate.
They approached Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the leaders and said,
Shins on
"The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance along with our brothers."
Push-ups first. You guys
So
ready to go?
according to the mouth of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among the brothers of their
About
fathers.
6 inches wider than the shoulders. Here's
Thus
the
there
face.
fell to
Down,
Manasseh
hold.
10 portions, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is on the other side of the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance along with his sons.
Down, hold.
The land of Gilead was allotted to the rest of the
Back
people of
flat.
Manasseh.
Stomach is strong. Up.
The territory of Manasseh reached from Asher to Michmethath,
Nice.
which is east of Shechem.
Good form. these guys.
Then the boundary goes along southward to the inhabitants of
Hands for
En-Tappuah.
back exercise.
The land of Tappuah belonged to
Your
Manasseh,
weight. Sean's got
but the
resistance
town of
bands.
Tappuah on the boundary of
One foot in front
Manasseh
of the other.
belonged to the people of
Bend
Ephraim.
those knees.
Then the boundary went down to the brook Canaan.
Straight up. Call heavy
These
hands.
cities to
Pull
the
your
south of
pants
the brook,
right up.
among the cities of Manasseh, belonged to
Podium
Ephraim.
up, nice and easy down.
Then the boundary of Manasseh goes on the north side of the brook and ends at the sea, the land to the south being Ephraim's, and that to the north being
Nice
Manasseh's,
form. Look at that.
with the sea
You
forming
reach a
its
little bit lower,
boundary.
you get more range of motion, which is nice. Go straight down to my
On the north, Asher is reached, and on the east, Issachar. Also in Issachar and in Asher, Manasseh had Bethshean and its villages,
That's really,
and
really
Ibleam and its villages,
excellent form. You
and the inhabitants of Dor and its villages, and the inhabitants of Endor and its villages,
Keep it coming.
and the inhabitants of Taanach and its villages, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its villages. The third is Naphath.
Bands.
Yet the people of Manasseh could not take possession of those cities, but the Canaanites persisted in dwelling in that land.
Hands are facing forward.
Now when the people of Israel grew strong, they put the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out.
Eyes are forward. Good.
Then
You
the
have any
people of
pressure on your
Joseph
lower
spoke to
back? That
Joshua,
makes the
saying,
weight heavy. You need to
"Why
lift
have you
these
given
up.
me but one lot and one portion as an inheritance, although I am a numerous people, since all along the Lord has blessed me?"
Straight arms, your eyes are
And
forward.
Joshua said to them,
Really, really, really.
"If you are a numerous
Good,
people,
Sean.
go up by yourselves to the forest, and there clear ground for yourselves in the land of the Perizzites and the
Nice
Rephaim,
straight arms all
since
the
the
way.
hill country of Ephraim is
Bend those
too
knees a
narrow
little
for
bit.
you."
Excellent.
The people of Joseph said,
Keep breathing.
"The hill country is not enough for us, yet all the Canaanites who dwell in the plain have chariots of
Almost in
iron,
a bicep curl.
both those in Bethshean and its villages, and those in the valley of Jezreel." Then Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh,
Bring them right up.
"You are a numerous people and have great power. You shall not have one allotment only,
Make sure
but
the
the hill
arms
country shall be yours.
already straight, all the
For
way
though
down.
it is
Here
a
we go.
forest,
Check on the
you
guy.
shall clear it and possess it to its farthest borders.
Bend those knees just a
For you
touch.
shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have chariots of iron, and though they are strong.
Good form, both you guys. Knees are bent, one foot's in front of the other. The reason why you put one foot in front of the other is because it helps your back.
Chapter 18.
If your legs are locked straight, it's too much pressure on your
Then the
lower
whole
back.
congregation of the people of Israel assembled at Shiloh and set up the tent of meeting there.
Boom,
The land lay subdued before them.
boom, just like that.
There remained among the people of Israel 7 tribes whose inheritance had not
That's
yet
it.
been apportioned.
Adjust
So
your weights if
Joshua said to the
necessary. You
people of
guys set up
Israel,
some one arm called back
"How long will you
scratchers.
put off going
We're
in to
gonna
take
try
possession of the land which the Lord, the God of your fathers,
Same
has
thing
given
with
you?
feet. Left hand's on the
Provide
hip,
3
start
men
with the
from
right
each
hand.
tribe, and I will send them out,
Drop
that they
it
may
down.
set out and go up
Raise it
and
up.
down the land. They shall write a description of it with a view to their
See a
inheritance,
straight line from
and
here
then
to here?
come to me.
Really important.
They shall
You
divide
also
it
wanna
into
drop that
7
arm a
portions.
little below parallel.
Judah shall continue in his territory on the south, and the house of Joseph shall continue in their territory on the north. And you shall describe the land in 7
Looking
divisions,
good.
and bring the
Nice and
description
straight
here
from
to
here
me.
to here. Heads
And
up,
I will
chest
cast
up,
lots
knees
for
are
you
bent.
here before the Lord our God.
Sean, you're looking good, man.
The
You feel that,
Levites
you
have
guys?
no portion among you, for the priesthood of the Lord is their
Remember, you're
heritage.
doing 8 to 15 reps.
Gad and Reuben
We switch sides.
and half the tribe of
right over the
Manasseh
left
have
side.
received their inheritance beyond the Jordan eastward,
Keep
which
going.
Moses the servant of the
5
Lord
reps
gave
to
them.
go. Let's finish them off, you guys.
So the men arose and went, and Joshua charged those who went to write the description of the land, saying,
Boom.
"Go up and down in the land and write a description and return to me."
That's right.
And I will
You guys
cast
are
lots
done?
for you
Hop
here
off the
before
other
the Lord
side.
in
Switch the
Shiloh.
feet, right hand's on the hip.
So the men went and passed up
Reach
and
it up
down in the
tall.
land and wrote in a book a
Same
description of
form,
it by
identical
towns
form
in
as
7
this side.
divisions.
nice and straight.
Then they came to Joshua to the camp at Shiloh, and Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before the Lord.
It's really important. It never changes.
And there
That's like
Joshua
these
apportioned the
exercises.
land to the people of Israel,
If you got a shoulder
to each
issue, remember
his
you can
portion.
always do a kickback exercise like this.
The lot of the tribe of the people of Benjamin, according to its clans, came up, and the territory allotted to it fell between the people of Judah and the people of Joseph.
You guys are perfect.
On the north side, their boundary began at the Jordan. Then the boundary goes up to the shoulder north of Jericho, then up through the hill country westward, and it ends at the wilderness of Beth-Aven. From there, the boundary passes along southward in the direction of Luz, to the shoulder of Luz, that is Bethel.
Last
Then
one.
the boundary goes down to Adaroth Adar,
Clear the
on the
floor.
mountain that lies south of Lower Beth-Horon. Then the boundary goes in another direction, turning on the western side southward from the mountain that lies to the south, opposite Beth-Horon, and it ends at Kiriath Baal,
These are the angles.
that is Kiriath Jearim,
Left
a
leg.
city belonging to the people of Judah. This forms the western side,
Back again.
and the southern side begins at the outskirts of Kiriath
Back
Jearim.
legs are nice and straight, you guys.
And the boundary goes
Make sure
from
that
there
knee's
to
over the
Ephron,
ankle.
to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah.
Here we go.
Then the boundary goes down to the border of the mountain that overlooks the valley of the son of Hinnom,
Good. Get that
which
knee
is at the
a little
north
bit.
end of the valley of
There you go.
Rephaim.
Turn for me.
And it then goes down to the valley of Hinnom, south of the shoulder of the Jebusites, and downward to En-Rogel.
Good, good.
Then it bends in a northerly direction, going on to En-Shemesh, and from there it goes to Goliath, which is opposite the ascent of Adumim.
Big strong guy like you, come on.
Then it goes down to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben,
Turn and come
and
back.
passing on to the north of the shoulder of Beth Arabah,
Lisa, good.
it goes
Posture's
down
good.
to the
Your
Arabah.
balancing's good.
Then the boundary passes on to the north of the shoulder of Beth Hoglah,
Here we go.
and the boundary
That's it,
ends at
around
the
one.
northern bay
Stretch.
of the Salt
First
Sea,
thing we stretch,
at the south end of the Jordan.
All right.
This is the southern border. The Jordan forms its boundary on the
You don't feel
eastern
that.
side.
Stand tall.
This is the inheritance of the people of Benjamin, according to their clans, boundary by boundary all
And
around.
switch sides. Now remember,
Now the cities of the tribe of the people of Benjamin, according to their clans, were Jericho, Beth Hoglah,
okay.
Hemektesis, Beth
Nice and
Arabah,
tall.
Zemaraim, Bethel,
Go
Avim,
back to the right leg. We're
Arah,
gonna stretch the calf
Ophrah,
and the hamstring.
Kepher-Ammon,
Right leg out.
Ophni, Eva, 12 cities with their villages,
I'm falling.
Gibeon,
Ask me why.
Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpah, Kephirah, Moza, Rechem,
You guys feel that stretch?
Abiel, Taralah, Zelah,
Sides. Here we go.
Keilah, Jebus, that is Jerusalem, Gibeah, and Kiriath Jearim,
All right, let's get the shoulders.
14 cities with their
So use
villages.
it every time, back and forth.
This is the inheritance of the people of Benjamin according to its clans.
All right, you guys, wide feet. Here we go. Let's open up the chest.
Chapter 19. The second lot came out for Simeon, for the tribe of the people of Simeon, according to their clans, and their inheritance was in the midst of the inheritance of the people of Judah.
Fly push-ups.
And they had for their inheritance
Okay, it looks
Beersheba,
like this.
Sheba,
Boy, this is
Moladah,
now we're about
Hazar
90.
Shual, Bela, Ezem,
Hold,
Eltolad, Bethel,
hold,
Hormah, Ziklag,
hold.
Beth Markaboth,
Let's see you guys.
Hazar Susa,
Same as the
Beth
first round.
Labeo,
Backs
and
are straight.
Saruin,
Stomachs are
13
tight.
cities with their
Nice and
villages.
deep. Heads are not up and heads are not
Ain,
down.
Rimmon,
Make sure to breathe.
Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities with their villages, together with all the villages around these cities,
You know, these guys
as far as Baalah Beer, Ramah of the Negev.
looking real good.
This was the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Simeon,
Almost
according to
remember,
their
8 to
clans.
15 reps on this too.
The inheritance
So
of the
we're gonna do
people of
15.
Simeon formed part of the territory of the people of Judah.
In a nice form.
Because
nice
the
form.
portion of the people of Judah was too large for them, the people of Simeon obtained an inheritance in the midst of their inheritance.
And up.
The third lot came up for the people of Zebulun according to their clans,
Going to
and
back
the territory of their inheritance
like happy
reached as
pants,
far as
same
Seir.
position. But we're
Then
gonna
their
pull
boundary
back.
goes up westward and on to Mariel and touches Dabashah,
Just
then
like
the brook that is east of Jokmeam. From Sered it goes in the other direction eastward toward the sunrise to the boundary of Kisloth Tabor. From there it goes to Daberath, then up to Japhiah. From there it passes along the east toward the sunrise to Gath Hepher, to Ethkazin,
Reach down, reach down.
and going on to Rimmon it bends toward Neah.
There you go.
Then in the north the boundary turns about
What
to
you don't want to do
Hanathan,
is make this a
and
shoulder
it ends at the
exercise.
valley of
All right?
Biphtahel,
It really benefits our
Kadesh,
rhomboids,
Nahalal,
lower back,
Shimron,
top of the
Idalah,
head.
and
We got a few more
Bethlehem,
reps to go.
12 cities with their
Here we go.
villages. This is the inheritance of the people of Zebulun, according to their clans. These cities with their villages.
Next, the swimmer's
The
press.
fourth lot came out
Like
for
the
Issachar,
standard press.
for the people of Issachar according to their clans.
Guys ready?
Their territory included Jezreel, Keseloth,
Knees are
Shunem,
bent still. Back is straight.
Ephraim,
Chest is up.
Shion,
Place them right here at the top of the curl.
Rabbit, Kishion, Ebez, Remeth, Ingana,
Just like that.
Inhada,
That pace.
Beth Pazes.
Remember, guys.
The boundary also touches Tabor, Sheazuma, and Beth Shemesh, and its boundary ends at the Jordan, 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Issachar, according to their clans, the cities with their villages.
Resistance bands really work, don't they, Sean?
The fifth lot came out for the tribe of the people of Asher, according to their clans.
Good. You want to come
Their
nice and low.
territory
Down,
included
curl me.
Helkath,
Hope you're bring those elbows back,
Beeth,
guys, a little bit. That's
Akshaph,
it. Perfect.
Elimelech, Hamad,
Okay,
and
a few
Mishal.
left. Here we
On
go.
the west, it touches Carmel and Shire Libnah. Then it turns eastward. It goes to Beth Dagon
Right
and
from here.
touches Zebulun
Get your
and the
weights.
valley of Iphthahel,
Get adjusted.
northward to Beth
Now
Emek
we open arm
and
curls,
Neiah.
one foot in front of the other.
Then it
Knees are
continues
bent,
in the north to
chest is up.
Cable,
Open up
Hebron,
those hands off to
Rehob,
the side.
Hammon,
And curl.
Cana, as far as Sidon the Great.
Boom. Never
Then
lose
the
your
boundary
posture.
turns
Really
to
important.
Ramah,
Don't bend
reaching
over.
to the fortified
Straighten
city
the
of
arms to the
Tyre.
body, all the
Then
way
the
over.
boundary turns
And
to
then
Hosa,
all the way
and it
close.
ends at the sea.
You guys behind me.
Baalab,
See.
Akzib, Ummah,
Good.
Aphek,
Nice
and
straight
Rehob,
arm. Perfect.
22 cities with their
Straighten the arm, back
villages.
straight, head is up.
This is the inheritance of
Really
the tribe of the people of Asher, according to their clans.
Nice breathing.
These cities with their
Good.
villages.
Remember, 8 to 15 reps.
The sixth
Every
lot
review,
came
we're
out
gonna
for the people of Naphtali, for the people of Naphtali according to their clans.
4 left. Here we go.
And their boundary ran from Helah, from the oak and Zaananim, and the Dama and Nekeb and Jabneel, as far as Lacham, and it ended at the Jordan. Then the boundary turns westward to Asnath Tabor, and goes from there to Huppah,
Bend over.
touching Zebulun at the south, and Asher on the west, and Judah on the east at the Jordan.
Bent over. Big bend in the
The
knees.
fortified cities
Start
are
the shoulders.
Ziddim, Zer,
Kick 'em back
Hamath,
and pause.
Rakath, Kinnereth,
Kick it back.
Adamah, Ramah, Hazor, Kedesh,
Let's see.
Adriai, and Hazor, Yiron,
Good.
Migdal El,
Backs are straight.
Horam,
Don't cock the
Beth
head down
Anath,
too much.
and Beth
Come all
Shemesh,
the way to the shoulders.
19 cities with their villages.
Here you go. And
This
squeeze
is the
back here.
inheritance of the
Squeeze
tribe
right
of the
there.
people
Bang.
of Naphtali, according to their
Make sure you
clans,
breathe here.
the cities
Also,
with their
remember,
villages.
This exercise
The
is
seventh
tough, so
lot
like
came
your
out for the
waist.
tribe of the people of Dan,
The
according to
shoulders
their
and the
clans.
triceps. You
And
got
the
4 reps
territory
to
of
go.
its inheritance
Here we go.
included Zorah, Eshtiol, Beershemesh,
Good work out.
Shealabim, Ajalon, Ithlah, Elon, Timnah, Ekron, Eltika, Gibbethon, Baalath, Jehud, Bene Barak,
Last around
Gath
2.
Rimmon,
We're going to do
and
a lunge
Mijarkah.
squat combo. Right leg
and
first.
Rakkon
just like
with the
lunge,
territory
we're
over
gonna do
against
squats
Joppa.
first. We do 3. Here we go.
When the territory of the people of Dan was lost to them, the people of Dan went up and fought against Leshem, and after capturing it and striking it with the sword, they took possession of it and settled in it, calling Leshem Dan, after the name of Dan, their ancestor. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Dan, according to their
Right
clans,
legs down.
these cities with their villages.
And 3. Here we go.
When they had finished distributing the several territories of the land as inheritances, the people of Israel gave an inheritance among them to Joshua the son of Nun.
Good.
By command of the Lord, they gave him the city that he asked, Timnath Serah, in the hill country of Ephraim,
You can make it, Sean.
and he
See
rebuilt
those
the city
squats.
and settled in it. These are the inheritances that Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel distributed by lot at Shiloh before the Lord at the entrance of the
All
tent
right,
of
last
meeting.
one, last time.
So
Come
they
on, bring
finished
it on.
dividing the
Big
land.
lunge with the knee over the ankle, legs got to be straight. Really important. 3 squats. 1,
Chapter 20.
2. You see how they stand up nice and tall?
Then the
every
Lord
time?
said to Joshua,
Hands are up for balance.
say to the people of Israel,
Good.
appoint the cities of refuge, of which I spoke to you
At the end
through
of round 2,
Moses.
we're going to take a
That
little
the
water
manslayer
towel
who
break.
strikes any person
So
without
grab some
intent
water.
or unknowingly
Now
may
remember, you
flee
guys,
there.
there's no reason to overdo this.
They shall be
Start
for
now,
you a
so
refuge
1,
from the
2.
avenger of blood.
Take your time.
He shall flee to one of these cities and shall stand at the entrance of the gate of the
Use that
city
pause button.
and
You
explain
can
his
break
case to the elders of that city. Then they shall take him into the city and
All right,
give him a
guys,
place, and
here we
he shall
go.
remain with them.
We're going to our
And if the
stretch.
avenger of blood
We're gonna do
pursues
our quads
him,
first.
they shall not
Grab
give up
the
the
right ankle.
manslayer into his
Get that
hand,
quad.
because he struck his neighbor unknowingly and did not hate him in the past. And he shall remain in that city until he has stood before the congregation for judgment, until the death of him who is high
Let's
priest
get that
at the
right
time.
hamstring and calf.
Then the manslayer may return to his own town and his own home, to the town from which he fled.
Switch on your side.
So they set apart Kadesh in Galilee in the hill country of Naphtali, and Shechem in the hill country of Ephraim, and
Big
Kiriath
chest
Arba that is Hebron in the hill country of Judah.
And
And beyond the Jordan east of Jericho, they appointed Bezer in the wilderness on the tableland, from the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth and Gilead, from the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan, from the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities designated for all the people of Israel, and for the stranger sojourning among them, that anyone who killed a person without intent could flee there, so that he might not die by the hand of the avenger of blood,
Sean, you get
till
wider
he
than that.
stood
Come
before
on.
the congregation.
Yeah, I need to have it. That's nice and wide. That's good form. Same thing. Head is straight. Stomach and back
Chapter
is nice and
21.
tight. Make sure to breathe.
Then the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites came to Eleazar the priest, and to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel. And they said to them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, The Lord commanded through Moses that we be given cities to dwell in, along with their pasture lands for our livestock. So by command of the Lord, the people of Israel gave to the Levites the following cities and pasture lands out of their inheritance. The lot came out for the clans of the Kohathites. So those Levites who were descendants of Aaron the priest received by lot from the tribes of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin 13 cities. And the rest of the Kohathites received by lot from the clans of the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and the half-tribe of Manasseh 10 cities. The Gershonites received by lot from the clans of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, and from the half-tribe of Manasseh in Bashan 13 cities.
Next one is a vacuum size. It's
The
called
Millerites,
lawnmower.
according to their clans, received from the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad, and the tribe of Zebulun 12
Grab the
cities.
handle with your right hand.
These cities and their pasture lands the people of Israel gave by lot to the Levites, as the Lord had commanded through Moses. Out of the tribe of the people of Judah and the tribe of the people of Simeon, they gave the following cities, mentioned by name, which went to the descendants of Aaron, one of the clans of the Kohathites, who belonged to the people of Levi, since the lot fell to them first.
See this twist movement that Lisa has? It's
They
really, really
gave them
important.
Kiriath
It's
Arba,
extending back.
Arba being the father of
Nice
Anak,
straight line here.
that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, along with the pasture lands around it.
See Sean.
But the fields of the city and its villages had been given to Caleb the son of Jephunneh as his
Okay. You're
possession.
not going to have the same range of motion as you do with the
And to
wings.
the descendants of
Two more,
Aaron
they're
the
gonna
priest they
switch
gave
sides.
Hebron, the city of refuge for the manslayer, with its pasture lands, Libnah with its pasture lands, Jeder with its pasture lands, Eshtemoa with its pasture lands, Holon with its pasture lands,
Form doesn't
Deber
change.
with its
Exactly the
pasture
way it was
lands,
on the other side.
Hain
Let's
with
see
its
that.
pasture
That's
lands,
excellent.
Judah with its pasture lands, Beth
Big
Shemesh
twist. See the
with
twist at
its
the top?
pasture lands.
Extends a lot.
9 cities out of these two tribes. Then out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with its pasture
Think
lands,
about the resistance
Geba
bands. You'll
with
notice
its pasture
that's
lands,
tension at the bottom is the top.
Anathoth with its pasture lands, and Almon with its pasture lands.
We got
4
4 more
cities.
here. I'll jump in there with
The
you.
cities of the descendants of Aaron, the priests, were in all 13 cities with their pasture lands.
Last one.
As to the rest of the Kohathites belonging to the Kohathite clans of the Levites, the cities allotted to them were out of the tribe of Ephraim.
A little bit less than you think.
To them were given Shechem, the city of refuge for the manslayer, with its pasture lands in the hill country of Ephraim, Gezer with its pasture lands, Kibzaim with its pasture lands, Zephoron with its pasture lands. 4 cities.
Just like that.
And out of the tribe of Dan, Eltekeh with its pasture lands, Gibbethon with its
Great
pasture
exercise for
lands,
shaping
Aijalon
the
with its
deltoids.
pasture lands,
Try to get out of Lisa's
Gath
way
Rimmon
here.
with its
Important
pasture
thing is,
lands,
see how high her
4
elbows
cities.
are? She's not up like
And
this.
out of the half-tribe of
Same thing with
Manasseh,
Sean. The resistance
Taanach
bands.
with its pasture
Great for
lands,
this exercise, 'cause
and
you really
Gath
feel
Rimmon
it, don't
with
you?
its pasture lands,
Oh,
2
yeah.
cities. The cities of the clans of the rest of the Kohathites
Forward,
were 10
breathing.
in all
See how
with their
wide she is?
pasture lands.
It's really important. Width is really nice.
And to
You
the
might lighten
Gershonites,
weights.
one of the clans of the Levites, were given out of the half-tribe of Manasseh,
3 left.
Golan and Bashan with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for the manslayer, and Beeshterah with its pasture
Put your
lands,
weights
2
between
cities.
21. It's a
And out of
bicep
the tribe of
exercise.
Issachar,
7
Kishion
low,
with its
7
pasture
high,
lands,
7 all the way.
Debereth with its
Knees
pasture
bent,
lands,
back is straight.
Jarmuth with its pasture lands, Imganah with its pasture
Only
lands,
to here.
4 cities.
Down. Only to
And
here.
out of the
Straight
tribe
up.
of Asher, Mishal with its pasture lands, Abdon with its pasture lands,
Right to
Helkath with its pasture lands, and Reah with its pasture lands,
Everything's the same with the
4
lower half.
cities.
Notice knees are always
And out of
bent,
the tribe of
back always
Naphtali,
straight,
Kedesh
chest
in
is
Galilee
always
with its
up, eyes
pasture
forward.
lands,
The
the
great
city of
arm wants to
refuge
really
for the
shape from 7
manslayer,
low. Now we're gonna go 7
Hamath
high.
Dor with
Ready?
its
Go 7
pasture
high.
lands,
Go.
and Kartan with its pasture lands, 3 cities. The cities of the several clans of the Gershonites were in all 13 cities with their pasture lands.
Come on, track that.
And to the rest of Levites, the Merarite clans, were given out of the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with its pasture lands, Karta with its pasture lands, Dimnah with its pasture lands, Nahalal with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with its pasture lands, Jahaz with its pasture lands, Kedemoth with its pasture lands, and Mephaat with its pasture lands, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth and Gilead with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for the manslayer, Mahanaim with its pasture lands, Eshban with its pasture lands, Jazer with its pasture lands, 4 cities in all. As for the cities of the several Merarite clans, that is, the remainder of the clans of the Levites, those allotted to them were in all 12 cities. The cities of the Levites in the midst of the possession of the people of Israel were in all 48 cities with their pasture lands. These cities each had its pasture lands around it. So it was with all these cities. Thus the Lord gave to Israel all the land that he swore to give to their fathers, and they took possession of it, and they settled there. And the Lord gave them rest on every side, just as he had sworn to their fathers. Not one of all their enemies had withstood them, for the Lord had given all their enemies into their hands. Not one word of all the good promises that the Lord had made to the house of Israel had failed. All came to pass.
Hands up. Drop that butt down.
Chapter 22. At that time Joshua summoned the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh and said to them, "You have kept all that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I have commanded you. You have not forsaken your brothers these many days, down to this day, but have been careful to keep the charge of the Lord your God. And now the Lord your God has given rest to your brothers, as he promised them. Therefore turn and go to your tents in the land where your possession lies, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you on the other side of the Jordan. Only be very careful to observe the commandment and the law that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, to love the Lord your God, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cling to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul." So Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went to their tents. Now to the one half of the tribe of Manasseh, Moses had given a possession in Bashan. But to the other half, Joshua had given a possession beside their brothers in the land west of Jordan. And when Joshua sent them away to their homes and blessed them, he said to them, "Go back to your tents with much wealth and with very much livestock, with silver, gold, bronze, and iron, and with much clothing. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brothers." So the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh returned home, parting from the people of Israel at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan, to go to the land of Gilead, their own land, of which they had possessed themselves by command of the Lord through Moses. And when they came to the region of the Jordan that is in the land of Canaan, the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by the Jordan, an altar of imposing size. And the people of Israel heard it said, "Behold, the people of Reuben, the people of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have built the altar at the frontier of the land of Canaan, in the region about the Jordan, on the side that belongs to the people of Israel." And when the people of Israel heard of it, the whole assembly of the people of Israel gathered at Shiloh to make war against them. Then the people of Israel sent to the people of Reuben and the people of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh in the land of